Hello, friends, and welcome to day 1 and day 7 of this 7-day core challenge. This video will be, like I said, your day 1 video and your day 7 video, and we wanted to do it that way so that you can hopefully notice some progress between the first time that you do this workout and the second time that you do it. But please keep in mind that your core is probably going to be pretty sore by the time you get to day 7, so don't worry if you don't notice a huge difference, but we just thought it would be a fun way for you to track maybe what feels easier for you. So this is going to be a full core workout. We're going to start laying down flat on our backs, so find your way there. Just find a nice comfortable position down on the back. Make sure your shoulders are laying flat so that your chest is open. And then we'll start by bringing both knees into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze. You can kind of gently rock side to side, starting to cue into your breath. If you'd like, you can take some circles with the knees, just opening through the hips a little bit as well. Rachel and I both always like to just take a beat at the beginning of a workout, even a short one, to kind of just center our mind, get our breath going. So give yourself about 2 more breaths, just moving the knees however you would like to. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the hands from the shins, stack the knees on top of the hips, so we're coming to tabletop. So you want to have a nice parallel line with the shins and the floor. So from here, 2 options. You can keep the hands down on the floor, resting next to your glutes, or you can take your hands behind your head. It is really up to you what feels best, but you want to make sure that that low belly is pulling in. While we move through these next movements, I want you to make sure that you are keeping your knees really stacked over your hips and you're not letting them come too close to your chest. So find that alignment. And then we're going to get started with single toe taps. So just bringing your right toes down to the floor and then up, and then switch sides, left toes down and up. So here the goal is not speed, the goal is connection. So really thinking about what the body is doing. We are 2 movements into this and my core is fired up already, because when you're just really thinking about those muscles, you get so much more out of your movements. So keep going here. We've got 10, 9, 8. And while we're doing this, I want you to take a moment to think about, why are you here for this challenge? What are you hoping to get out of this? Is it the consistency? Is it discipline? Last tap here. Keep those knees stacked. And now option, you can keep going with the single toe taps or double, bringing both toes down at the same time, bringing both toes, both feet, and then back up. Down and up. Try to not let that low back lift away from the floor while you're doing this. Again, why are you here? What is it that you want to get out of this challenge? Are you committed to yourself for the next 7 days, or as long as it takes you to complete the videos, to just show up and do your best? Do you believe that it is important to focus on your core strength? Because, spoiler, it is. It's very important to focus on your core strength. But you're just so much more likely to complete this series if you know why you're doing it. And then when you're watching this on day 7, I want you to ask yourself, did you get out of this what you were hoping for? And if not, what could you adjust if you go through it again? Give me 2 more taps here. Down and up, down and up, and straight away, straighten those legs up toward the sky. From wherever your hands are, we're going to release them, placing the fingertips on the shins, and then flex the feet. And I want you to reach your fingertips up your shins like you're trying to touch where your shoelaces would be, and then lower back down. Kind of a quicker movement here. Lift, lower, lift, lower. If at any point one of the movements feels like too much, no worries. You can just pause, bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and then just jump back in when you're ready. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Keep the legs lifted. Hands come back behind the head or down to the floor. And now we're going to lower one leg at a time. So starting with the left leg, keeping it straight, lower it to float, ideally about 1 inch off the floor, but if you feel your low back lift, then you can lift it up a little higher. And then we switch. Left leg comes up, right leg comes down. We bring it up and switch. So make sure you're listening to your back and to your body here, going as far as feels good for you. And make sure I'll say it a million times, make sure you're connected to your breath. Always, always, always thinking about what the breath is doing and making sure that you're not holding your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs up and then bend the knees, bring them into the chest. Give yourself a little pause, rocking side to side here. We've got 2 more movements, and then we're going to take that same series again, but we're going to go a little bit quicker the second time through. So before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and do bicycle. Again, hands behind the head, keeping both knees bent to start. Then we're going to straighten the right leg out away from us, and then bring the right elbow toward the left knee, twisting through the body. And then we switch and switch, switch. So not going too fast here again. Always prioritizing good alignment and doing the movement fully over speed. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, slide your hands behind your thighs, and take a couple rock and rolls, shifting your weight forward and back, and then eventually landing in a seated position. And we're gonna take the hands back behind the hips. Fingertips are pointing toward the hips. I want you to squeeze the elbows behind you so that you can really lift the chest up nice and tall. And then from here, we're gonna extend the legs out away from us and then bring them into the chest. Out and in, out and in. If it's too much, lower one foot and then switch. Make sure you're listening to your body. Here we go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish it out. And bottoms of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. We'll take a little butterfly stretch. Fold forward. Big exhales here. Try to let those hips relax down to the floor. And like I said, we're going to take all those movements one more time. We're going to move a little quicker. You know it's coming now, so hopefully you know what to expect. All right, friends, sit up tall, bring the knees together, find your way back down to your back. Starting with the legs in tabletop, knees over the hips, shins parallel with the floor, hands behind the head. We start with those single toe taps for 10, 9. Think about how you can make your form even better this time through. 4, 3, 2, switch to double down and up, down and up. Just a reminder that you can keep going with the single leg toe taps if doing the double is too much. We've got 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we take the legs up straight, toes to the sky, fingertips to the shins, and we reach, reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, hands behind the head, single leg lowers, we go down and up, down and up. 8, 7, 6, 4, you're almost there, keep going. 3, 2, 1, bend the knees into the chest, and then we're taking it into bicycle. Right leg straightens, and we twist toward the left, and we switch. Switch. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, rock and roll your way up. We've got one last exercise here, and then a fun little surprise at the end. So find your way to your seated position, hands behind the hips. We've got 10 of these, same thing. We extend out and in, out and in. 7, 6, 5, 4, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, sit up tall, little butterfly stretch here. And we are going to finish out with a plank hold. You can do this. Stick with me. If you feel tired, you take it to the forearms, you take it to the knees, you do what works for your body. You feeling ready? Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. Find your way to plank, everybody. Spread those fingertips wide, press down into the floor, tuck the toes. We lift, we're going for 45 seconds here. Ready? Lift. Really focus on your breath. I know a lot of instructors say, like, this is where the change happens, this is where you get strong, and to some extent, yes, that is true, but really what I believe happens here is the determination, the discipline, the motivation. That's where it starts to kick in. Really just pushing yourself a little bit further, making sure to honor your boundaries, to honor your body, but trying to give it just that little bit extra. We're almost there. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, take it to child's pose. Give yourself a nice deep breath here. 2 more breaths, just like that. Start to feel the body relax. And when you're ready, you can just walk those fingertips in toward the knees. Sit up nice and tall, my friend, and that concludes your day 1 and day 7 practice of this 7-day core challenge. So hopefully you are feeling strong, your core is feeling active, and you are ready for whatever the rest of your day holds. Thanks so much for joining us.